In this video, we will be taking you on a tour of the Castillo De San Marcos. The Castillo De San Marcos is the oldest masonry fort in the United States and is located in the oldest city in the United States, St. Augustine, Florida. The fort is made entirely of coquina, and it began construction in 1672 and was completed in 1695. It is one of the most historic spots in all of St. Augustine. In order to keep the video around an hour in length, we trimmed out significant portions of it. But there is so much history in this fort, we had to leave a lot of information in. In this video, you will see a lot of signs in various rooms inside the fort depicting what life was like for the soldiers who lived there. We understand that this may not interest everyone. If you are interested in the history of the fort, we tried to go over the signs very quickly in order to keep the video at a reasonable length. You will have to pause your television if there's something you wish to read. If you are not interested in that and you just want to see the fort on the inside and from the observation deck up top, then you can fast forward through those parts as well. We wanted to include the information for everyone. Also, the information on each sign is written in both English and Spanish, and we wanted to include both of those. So that is why we are moving so quickly with the camera. But again, feel free to pause or feel free to fast forward. We know this is a long video, but we hope you enjoy the history behind it. Thank you for watching. Good morning, everybody, from historic St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in the United States. Now, bear with me. I'm going to try to make this intro quick. We're competing with a chainsaw down here. Hear it? Anyway, that's how it goes. It's always either a weed eater, motorcycle, or a chainsaw. So anyway, we are here, and we're going to take you on a tour of the battle fort that you see behind us. That is called the Castillo De San Marcos. And it's a pretty interesting fort. It's got a lot of history behind it. It was constructed beginning in 1672 when St. Augustine was only 107 years old. St. Augustine was founded in 1565. The fort was constructed 107 years later out of coquina stone, which is a Spanish word for small shells. Anyway, it's very interesting. It's a fort that has a lot of history. There have been a lot of attacks on it. It's never been defeated in battle one time. St. Augustine was never captured once the fort was constructed. So anyway, it's a very interesting piece of history. We want to take you on a tour of it today. The fort is situated right here on Matanzas Bay, which I'm panning around to show you. You see the Bridge of Lions in the background, and you see all the boats here on the bay. This is one of our favorite places to just walk along the bayfront right here in St. Augustine. There's an excellent little walkway here. Let me show you that now. This is a beautiful waterfront walk right here just along Matanzas Bay. And this is just a beautiful time of year to be here. I'm going to pan around that once again. And you can actually look out into the Atlantic Ocean from here, from the bay. You see the opening between the two strips of land. On the left is Volano Beach. On the right is Anastasia Island. And you see the Atlantic Ocean right there in the middle of those. So we're going to pan around this way a little bit. And out in the distance you can see the bridge over to Volano Beach. And here is the Castillo De San Marcos.
Otherwise, I just don't want you to, I don't want you to drive down.
That's what we're going to be touring today. All by himself this morning.
He's the early bird. He's waiting on his friends that are still
I'd say nobody else will hang out with him.
Maybe that's it.
One thing I want you to notice here is the placements of the cannons in between each opening right there. That's one thing I was reading. They said due to the strategic placements of the cannons all around it, that's why it was never captured. I apologize if this video is a little shakier while I'm walking. I'm not using the camcorder with the stabilizer. I'm using a small point and shoot without a gimbal. Alright, there's a set of steps here. I guess it's just a little observation area. Let's check it out. Computer grease, supposed to be 69 today.
Czekaj, ja się muszę zapić. Ty, Kasia, ty jakiś fajny jest. O, czekaj.
Oh, you do that to yourself.
Okay, so this apparently was the most vulnerable part right here at the entrance. I think the moat, when I was a kid, used to have water in it.
You think you'd see you?
I wouldn't swear to that, but it seemed like I remember looking down and seeing, actually I can see a little bit of a marsh look out there, but it's probably just from the rain the other day. It seemed like I remember turtles being in it. Look how thick these walls are.
You want to read that sign? Yeah, I'll read it. Okay. Oh, no, he wants to read the sign. He likes to read signs. But nobody's looking at it.
Pretty flat sprinkles around town.
Yep, that's how they bumped, I guess. I'm not sure what this room was. Let's find out. Folks, I'm just going to record the informational signs. If you're interested in the history of it, you can pause your TV and read about it. I'm just putting it in here for information purposes. In English and in Spanish. I'm not sure what this room was exactly.
Apparently they carved stuff into the walls here.
Yeah.
But I don't see it. Well, okay, I can barely see some ships, I guess, up in there. You have to look really close.
Huh. So what you said they carved ships?
Well, yeah, because that what that one was saying.
Get the Spanish of this. I guess these are some of the carvings. It says all of them are 200 or more years old. Yeah, you can clearly see the carvings of the ships in this display. They basically just got glass over the wall to protect it, I guess, to keep other people from trying to carve or write on it. People have a tendency to want to do that. So this was like, I guess, the prison. No, in there is a prison. We'll get to that in a second. Can you go in that?
No, but once you put your face right here, you can feel the heat and stuffiness. There's no windows or
That's
anything.
where you belong, right there, inside the prison.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wow, I'd go crazy in something like that. I don't know how good that's coming through because there's like a screen over it. I think the camera's having a hard time focusing on that. I apologize. You put your face up in this little opening, it's like you can feel the heat. It's hot in there for some reason. So here's one O'Donovan. Who was that? Find out who he was. So in other words, he fell in love with the governor's daughter and the governor didn't like him. He was arrested for marrying without permission and sent to Havana, Cuba. Wow. Talk about not liking the sun, huh? Entering into the courtyard in the center of the fort.
So what is it? The tide would come in and take it out?
Evidently, just right there into the bay. Well, that ain't it, surely. Is it in that side?
There's nothing in there, just the...
Oh, okay.
Do you want to give a demonstration?
Okay, nothing in there now. Guess that's good. Yeah, I'm going to say a word about that right here in just a second. The cannon and musket firing. I fondly remember that as a little boy when we would come here and tour the fort. We always, my cousin and I, we always loved to hear those cannons and muskets being fired. That's the cousin of mine who became a Navy SEAL and also Army Delta Force and brought in Saddam Hussein. You've heard me mention him before. His testimony is on YouTube. Kevin Holland testimony. But we had a lot of good times here in this old fort touring it. Okay, so we just talked about the cannon and musket firing. They used to do that up top. They would do demonstrations. We were talking before we came. We've been in town 3 days now. We hadn't heard a single thing go off. So we figured they weren't doing it this week, and that is true. She said they do it, Saturdays and Sundays, staff pending, if they have enough people here to do it. So I told her, I said I'd give it a whirl if they'd give me a cannonball and some gunpowder, but she said, well, you'll have to go through the 2-year program and then get back to us on that. So yeah, I told her that might not go well anyway, but I was going to try. So anyway, we're not going to get to here bring you a cannon firing today. I'm sorry about that, but we do have one of our Fountain Youth video from August. So we've got the middle courtyard out there and you got just a lot of those different rooms all around it to walk through. So I'm not sure what each one is, trying to show you that as we find out. here. I don't know how well I'll be able to see. I can see pretty well, I think.
Guys, these are what they used to use to
Again, I'm going over these quick. There's a lot of informational facts. I'm not even reading them myself. I'm going to read them when I watch the video. So just pause your TV if there's something you want to see. I do want to give you that opportunity. If not, feel free to fast forward through it.
Is a sponge. And then the worm, they use this to clean it.
This is screwed it.
So I guess that's the guy who designed it.
After they would fire it, they use the sponge and the worm to clean inside. So these two they use to clean it out.
That's kind of an idea of what it looks like above. I would show you from above, but they take a very dim view of the flying drone over the port. So not going to do that. Okay, so what is this little passageway here? The powder room.
I remember me and Tyler going in there.
Hold on. Alright, I missed it. Here, take the camera.
Okay. So he's making his way into the powder room.
Folks, this is the powder room. Folks, you don't believe how hot and stuffy it is in these rooms. It's like they retain heat.
Yeah.
You know, you would think block like this, but
Dad, can you touch the roof right here?
I think I can.
Can you lift me up?
Look.
I want to feel it.
Someone was playing with their gun and wasn't paying attention and put holes in the ceiling.
Me too.
now there's supposed to be, if you take a picture of this, I don't know what the shape is, but legend has it there's a shape that appears.
Well, me and Tyler were in here, however many years ago it was, and Tyler stood right there, and I just took a picture with a cell phone, just taking a picture of him, and it looked like a man standing beside
Oh, that's
him.
just something y'all came up with. So it's not something that...
But it's just weird how they have that light right there. It's
Oh,
almost like, I don't know if it does like a shadow.
Well, I'm going to shoot a picture here, and I'll just put it in here if I don't see a shape.
Yeah.
I'll see if anybody else does.
I took a couple here too.
Oh, it's not? You can feel the 18 and 24 pound cannonballs on the platform. Cannons shoot a variety of other projectiles,
This is the different things that the cannons would shoot. Very dark. Let's see.
We're gonna have to take our turns, okay? Are you guys gonna go in there? Okay. Are you? Wait, maybe give some people some space up.
I guess I should have shown the item and then underneath the description.
You gotta wait, you guys wait your turn, there's people waiting, okay? Are you stuck?
See, compared to, the inside looks little compared to, oh, yeah, these walls. Yeah. So is this at one of those corners? Where are we? No, is this like, I'm not going in there. I'm not gonna bend down. Okay. Is that what it is, a powder room? Oh.
No, I don't wanna. This is true.
Put the
When we were at Fountain of Youth, they were telling us how far a cannon could shoot those cannonballs. I think it said up to a half a mile at one point. That's so hard for me to believe something that heavy could be shot that far. I still find that honestly hard to believe. And it might even have been more than that. I mean, that's a long way to shoot something that heavy. All right, we're just going to check out all these rooms right here, and then we're going to go up to the top. So it looks like we've got some drawings of some sort in here. Selecting the men for imprisonment. I'm not sure what these mean. Catching sharks on the beach.
I didn't realize that they were here.
Get the man sign. Tell us a little bit. This at one time was renamed Fort Marion, then now it has its original name again, Castillo De San Marcos. Apparently it was used to incarcerate people merely for being Native American at one time. 9-year-old child, that's something. Oh, so these pictures were drawn by a Kiowa warrior.
You can see his face here. And the little zigzags is on his arm.
It's tough to make out.
It is.
I might be wrong.
Come on, Riley, come on, Kim.
It doesn't stay outside what it is.
A lot of interesting history in here.
This is a very good job. Yeah. I just take real pictures.
So is this a schoolroom or something?
No, this is like a church.
That's what I thought at first, but this looks like they're writing like a teacher on a chalkboard or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have thought it was like a chapel or something too. That's an odd imagery right here. A priest with what's the skull significance?
Oh, I love it.
So yes, this was a chapel. I just saw that one painting before I got to this sign. It kind of threw me off a little. Just for a little perspective, we're about right here, northeast Florida. The city gates are the beginning of St. George Street. Really neat part of town. Now, when I remember the cannon firings as a child, the people who did it were always dressed like that. I see several of these guys out here in the courtyard. I was hopeful that they would be doing a firing today, but the lady already said they would not be.
Yep, see this picture? This is what it looked like.
So I guess they passed their time by playing checkers, dominoes, cards.
Another furnishing. And upstairs next door. There would be another whole set of rooms.
Don't do that.
We got some kind of demonstration going on over here.
And I need to stop it from firing at me. What would be the best thing to hit on this thing? Break the wheel. Stop it from being mobile and be able to use against me. These things right here? Oh, so this thing becomes more of an anti-weapon or an anti-vehicle. So you would want to be able to shoot this thing and be able to hit that. Now, if I'm lucky enough to actually hit anybody with this while I'm firing it, either from there or up on a wall, yeah, that would leave with a big bruise. You would not be better for it in any way, shape, or form. This cannot be fired from the hip. No Rambo ever had it on the ground and went, come at me, and fired that thing. The recoil from this will knock you down. It's very, very bad. As you guys walk around the vehicle factory, you're going to see tons of different types of cannons, okay? The different sizes, some of them are displayed right here for you guys to take a look at. And I want you to think about it. If I put half of that weight, say a 32 pounder, 16 pounds of black powder in a cannon, and fire this extremely large metal ball towards your general direction, the impact that it will have on the ground or nearby you, I don't always have to hit you with it. It's enough that I got to get near you. And I will never fire a single one. I'll just fire all 6 at the same time in your general area. One of those things will hit and cause you to stop fighting me. The cannons that are here range of anywhere between a half mile and 3/4 of a mile. There are cannons here that can reach up 3.5 miles. Which meant if you're going to attack this Castillo,
I
on the
find that
Spanish
very
or
hard to
the British or
believe.
even the Americans, if your ship was closer than 4 miles, there's a good chance I'm going to hit you. So we didn't have a lot of that where you see in the movies where the pirates comes right in and it's been to Disney World or Disneyland, gone Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Come on, right? You know when they recreate that battle of Port Royal, right? And the boat's like 15 feet this way and everyone's firing cannons? Yeah, that boat wouldn't have even decided to come in that close because they could get hit. And nobody wants to swim home. So what they would do is they would stay anchored out and then they would row ashore and build a beachhead, which is an area where they could attack, which is what the British did 2 times against the Spanish-held fortress. 2 times the British attacked, 2 times the British did not win, which is fine. Why they maybe won a little bit at the end because in the 1760s, all of Florida becomes England and they get to get the castle anyhow. But until that point, it had never been defeated. The structure of the castle is designed to be perfect. There is no blind spot here. Anytime I can see everyone moving around. If you notice when you go up on the upper deck, did everyone notice that the cannons are facing in every direction? Anybody thought it was weird? No. It's not, because you got to remember, they didn't know where the attack was going to come from. So not only did you need to be able to have weapons that were pointed and ready to go, those things are too heavy to move. Once they're in place, I can move them a little this way, but it ain't like I can put it on my shoulder, run across and move it where those guys are attacking from. So that makes sense why we have the perimeter up there. During the Spanish times, all the houses that are in St. Augustine, none of them were taller than the walls. Because that would be really bad for you if you built your house taller than the walls. Because if I had to shoot over you, I didn't want to go through you. When you get up to the top and you take a look at that watchtower, and you're looking at that, you can see the ocean, you go, absolutely, that's where the attack would come from. I will tell you, try to find the lighthouse.
If you are up there, would it be just you and maybe a couple other guys, and you have to like run around to see the attack, or would there be like one person for each individual ship?
So there'd be 5 guys, 5 soldiers, 5 artillerymen for every cannon. There'd be a commander, and there'd be someone running the black powder back and forth. And that's how we kept the weapons loaded. And you didn't know where it was coming, so you would have enough crew to be able to man most of the cannons, but most of them were already preloaded, ready to go.
For sure.
Does that make sense? Good question. Middle over there is the 1760s when it becomes England. Next one is Spanish Second Period. You move your way into the Civil War, post-Civil War, then all the time when it becomes National Park. So each room, chronological order, time travel that way.
That's a 32-pounder. Now, which one was he saying they could fire 3.5 miles?
I didn't even say what size cannons or balls.
You couldn't throw that thing 3.5 feet.
Anyone can do it though.
How much power would it take? And I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not so. I just find that incredible. Don't you?
No, you can.
So this is interesting. This guy was captured in South Carolina, and he basically became a slave in South Carolina, and he escaped to St. Augustine after hearing that Spain offered freedom to runaways. There's just one catch: you had to become
I'm a Catholic, yeah.
That's a good reason to join.
Yeah.
That's interesting. If they could see attackers coming into the Matanzas Bay here, they'd be ready. And you're saying you can scan these codes from a video? If they paused it on their screen, they could scan that with their phone. Some of this stuff, folks, is still above my head. But that's why I've got Shaughnessy, because she knows all this stuff. She's very modern technology.
I wish I was.
I couldn't believe it when you told me that.
So this cannon exploded while firing, causing 3 of the 4 military casualties of the siege.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? Yeah, the force, 3,000
That's
pound
actually the
iron.
one.
Wow.
My goodness.
Yeah. You want me to read about it? Sure. This is part of an 18-pounder iron cannon that was uncovered in the boat of Castillo. During the siege of 1702, this cannon exploded while firing, causing 3 of the 4 military casualties of the siege. Imagine.
Okay, so here's a supply room of some sort. Well, this room's kind of chilly in here.
It is.
As opposed to some of them, they're very hot and stuffy.
What did they use this for?
I mean, some of them, it says clearly in places where they store the food, places where they
Okay, so here we got a timeline. I'm just going to move quickly. But don't make anybody dizzy here. I'm going to go up and down. Well, let me just do the timeline part first. Again, if there's something you're interested in, feel free to pause your television.
Yeah.
I try to get both at the same time. Hopefully you can still read that.
juste trouver de la pierre de coquillage. Non, c'est vrai. Non. What about the house stay here though?
The parents walk off that way and stay in the prison.
Mommy, did they get caught in here?
So this is
Mommy, did they get
a coquina rock right here.
Do they get caught in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But do we get caught in here? Get caught in here?
No, we're not gonna get caught in here.
Why?
Oh, no, so you're not gonna get in trouble.
Mommy, no. And that's why they go inside the closet. Yeah. But mommy, but mommy, we want to put us in here and close it, and then I click up, and then we get it.
So Chauncey was just pointing out that the construction of this fort began in 1672, and just look at the knowledge they had then of how to, build things and lift heavy pieces of rock like that with those pulleys, and that's something else. Just even back then, how they could do things. Okay, we're getting ready to go upstairs now. We're going to show you around the top of the fort and a look out over Matanzas Bay and the city of St. Augustine. Okay, so let's go up top now. I think we've seen pretty much everything down below. And yes, you can fall off of this thing, so watch your children. Very spacious area up here. I don't remember it being this large, but I guess that would make sense to accommodate all the people for firings, which they used to do right down there. Let's walk over here. Notice the various sizes of cannons. You got this big, really big one here, and a much smaller one right there. So, we got a nice elevated view right here of Matanzas Bay and the Bridge of Lions. That white building straight ahead, that is the River and Fort Restaurant. We actually did a video review there back in August. Very pricey, great food, with a beautiful view if you do eat there. I know this is about the fort. On the far left top floor there's a little balcony. Request to eat there and you can overlook Matanzas Bay. Very, very beautiful setting. Out in the distance, you might can spot the St. Augustine Lighthouse. I see it. Again, please be mindful of your children because there are low areas right here where the cannons. Apparently there used to be a cannon that sat here. It's been taken out, so a child could easily get up on there and fall. So please be mindful of that. You'd think they would fill that in. What a beautiful day. It is warming up nicely. A little breeze, but the temperature's probably upper 60s right now. Looking out into the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, you're not really doing anything of value looking at me. You're supposed to be in that little watchtower watching for a tack ship.
I've been through these holes. I've been watching people.
Well, you got like 40 ships right behind you. How do you know those are not attack ships? See, you're too trusting. You're too trusting.
Yeah, I'm trusting.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been much good here.
No, I probably would have been sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Should have been doing
you
something.
wouldn't have taken the third shift, I'm sure. So let's walk over here. There's another little watchtower on the other side, but yeah, this is where they would see attacks coming. Zoom up on the Bridge of Lions. That's like my favorite bridge in the world. Another little hole on this side looking back at the downtown. And then one on this side looking out towards Volano Beach and the Atlantic Ocean. how those weeds or grass or something growing out the top of the watchtower there.
How are you?
That's something. So here is the larger watchtower, where they would be able to spot anybody that tried to come in from the ocean out there. Okay, so I was just now talking to the gentleman over here. I'll show him to you, the gentleman that's dressed in the colonial outfit. And I was kind of asking him about the length that they say those cannons would fire. So I'm just going to tell you what he was telling me. I still find it hard to believe. But he said the 6-pounder, which basically is the size ball that it would fire, the 6-pound cannon, they would use half the amount of gunpowder.
Yeah, whatever the ball weighed.
Whatever the ball weighed, they would use half the amount. So 3 pounds of gunpowder would fire a 6-ball cannon, he says, 1.5 miles. And then he said the big 32-pounders over there, that's the large ones on the other side, you would use 16 pounds of gunpowder, and a heavier ball, more gunpowder, it said it would fire it over 3 miles.
It's amazing.
It really, really is. If that's true, I would absolutely love to see that. They don't do the firings except on weekends, and he explained to me, he says, we don't use cannonballs. The people on the island over there don't appreciate it. I'm sure they wouldn't.
I think it's just bread that they put in there.
Yeah, something like that. But I just wanted to give you the information, the breakdown on what the cannons were supposed to be able to do. Those balls are heavy. That's a lot of gunpowder. That's a long way to fire it.
Yeah.
So if they did, they did. But I'm a little skeptical on that myself. But, you know, who am I? I'm not a cannon expert, but that's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
So, and some more information here.
Cast iron guns were only good for about 1,000 to 1,200 shots before there was a danger of a fault line building. You might have the gun breach. So the Spanish believe.
Not up here.
So why do we need it? You couldn't actually get the house. Why would I need to worry about it? Well, people can move really, really fast.
Now we got some pigeons watching to the north there. Right down there where you see that truck parked, right behind that is the city gates to historic St. Augustine and St. George Street. You can see Flagler College, the large structures out there in the distance. That's Flagler College, which is still an operating college. So the shorter one was used to like go over walls, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's right there. So it had a higher arc to it. Okay, well, we have concluded our tour of the Castillo De San Marcos here in St. Augustine, Florida. We hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed going through here and making the video. I know it's long, there's a lot of signs and a lot of reading. I wanted to include that so that you know all about the history of this fort. So, again, if I had paused for a long time at every sign, this video would be 3 hours long. But you can pause your TV and read whatever you're interested in reading. It was fun, at least my opinion. I enjoyed it. So tell me what you thought of the fort today.
Oh, I thought it was very interesting just seeing all the different eras of it, just as, you know, different wars and conquerings and so forth like that, and just the structure of it, just how massive and how strong it is. And then, of course, you know, now looking at it, just the beautiful views that you've got. I know it wasn't always that for the people back then, but definitely worth a trip coming in here, I think, and viewing it.
Yeah, this is something I haven't done in years. I did it a lot as a child with my parents, and then I think we did it, and then you took Tyler back through it.
Tyler did it.
So this is maybe your third time, probably my 6th or 7th, I'm guessing. But it's been over 20 years since I've actually toured the fort. Glad I did it today.
Yeah.
Thought this would be a very interesting video. If we have any history buffs that are watching our channel, this is a great thing to see when you're in St. Augustine. It's a must-do, I would say that.
It is.
It's $15 for adults. I don't remember what the... I don't know if I even got that. I'm going to try to maybe include that. Take a picture of the sign.
Military or...
Actually, I think I did get it yesterday out there.
Okay.
Okay, here's the price information for the Castillo De San Marcos National Monument. That is the fort. The entrance fee is $15 a person. Children 15 and under are free. And there are also lifetime and annual passes that you can purchase. Here are the amounts. And U.S. military and veterans get a pass free. Here are the hours. Well, they don't accept cash, so credit, debit, or mobile only. It's open 9 to 5, and you can get in at 5 o'clock. So, and over here is a nice shot of it. This is the oldest masonry fort in the continental United States. So it's something definitely that you want to see if you're in St. Augustine. So if you like this video, like and subscribe.
And find and follow us on Facebook.
Have a blessed day.